Welcome again to Leaders Uncut. This is Catherine Oakes, your host. And today it is my pleasure to welcome with us Alex Kutsishin. I hope I'm not killing your name here, Alex, right?
Sounded good.
Of Your Inc. How are you today, Alex?
I'm doing great. How are you, Catherine?
Doing wonderful. I can't wait to hear your story about Fuel Inc. It's fascinating what you're doing. So why don't we start there? If you can give us a little bit of an overview as to why you launched Fuel Inc., what it is you're doing, and why you're different from what's on the market right now.
Well, I hope I can share it in such a way that everyone can feel the difference just from this conversation. So as a 10-time co-founder, CEO of companies starting building businesses since I've been 20, every next company evolves and gets a little bit more foundationally stronger than the previous one, knowing what it takes to build the next level, next level, next level, next level. Okay, so what is Fuel about? At Fuel, we're challenging the concept of learning for knowledge versus learning for performance improvement. Okay, we're challenging the entire concept, and we're saying we're ushering in a new experience for the human race by challenging that concept. What do we mean by that? 99.9% of all education and learning in the world today is for you to remember and call knowledge. I understand what I learned. As a matter of fact, I can test you for your understanding, for your knowledge of the thing that you learned. But no one is checking if you can do the thing that you learned. That's Fuel. Fuel is a performance platform. Knowledge is saying you understand. Performance is proving you understand. Fuel wants you to prove you can do the thing that you learned. When you're personally developing or professionally developing, it is no longer the scarcity of knowledge, because knowledge exists in so many different formats, sometimes in just information, sometimes in the form of artificial intelligence. Knowledge in and of itself is no longer the goal. It is the application of it, the implementation of it, the usage of your knowledge. That is where your value derives. And so the number one thing we are offering the world is a brand new way of learning. Learning for improved performance versus just knowledge gathering. That's number one. Number two, for the professional side of the world, because this is personal and professional development, Catherine, for the professional side of the world, we want to introduce a concept that is not unknown, but is rarely utilized. And when utilized, these organizations become the darlings of their industries, which is the concept of a star in every position. No more 20% does 80%. Stars in every position. That is possible. That exists. It exists in lots of organizations. It exists in some organizations, but it exists in other industries at 100% level, meaning there are industries that have 100% star in every position mentality, and they operate that way. Professional sports being one of those industries, okay? So those are sort of the high level, real mission driven type of, reasons we're doing this.
I love the positioning. It's very different. And I've had the luck to be able to use your platform. I mean, you gave me access to that. And I can tell you, this is like nothing else that I have experienced. It's incredible because first of all, the lessons in a short form, which is really easy to digest. But then, like you say, you test, right? You have questions, so you can apply right away. You have questions that make you think about what you've just learned and how it applies to your own experience, to your own life. And I have never seen anything like this before. It's so easy, so easy to apply and digest, but it's an experience like nothing else that I have seen out there.
Thank you so much. That is a huge compliment. And it wasn't that we were set out to try to change an experience, because I believe that's a wrong reason to build something. It's about what's the value if you try it this way. Like, what's the impact if you do it this way? And the impact is such that it feels so different, because one of the feedbacks we get from the people on the platform, Catherine, is how much they retain, how much they like it makes things start to make sense to them in ways that's never been done before. And that is the reason we're doing it this way, because 5% of what you hear, you will retain, 10% of what you read, you will retain, but 75% of what you practice. And so when you start to practice, it's no longer my lesson, it's your doing. It's no longer what I said, it's what you did that makes you good at what you're practicing.
It does. And I think the value there is that you feel like you have your own culture that you can interact with. So you're not just observing something, you are almost jumping into computer and working with that person that you feel like it's your personal coach. So there's you right away, you build an intimate relationship with someone. Therefore, you don't feel alone anymore. You are integrated within your platform as an active participant, which is game changer, because nowadays, first of all, people feel alone. So you don't feel alone anymore. Most people don't like to read, to learn information because it's too difficult, or because we don't have the capacity to assimilate very well. And we all know that with video content, the power of assimilation is 7 times higher than reading something. Yes. So you're combining all these elements that create something that's very powerful and accessible to just about anyone out there.
Oh yes, I mean that's part of the mission. Did I ever show you our translation system?
No, you did not show me your
Oh my gosh, you're the perfect person to show this to.
All right.
Because I believe just my ears picking up an accent that may mean you speak French.
Yeah, I'm from Paris, Texas. You know, this is why.
Yes. I didn't know they speak French there too. So I want to show you something. I've built every business, Catherine, before this, with the idea of niche. Like this is for this group, and after we win in this group, then it's for everyone else.
Yeah.
But in this business, it is for, and we look at companies that have successfully built things for everyone, like Google or Amazon or Uber, right? They've built something for everyone. And so there is a great market for building something for everyone. It's just a very big undertaking. But how do we get there in something like this? I'm going to show you 2 videos.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you where the technology needed to get to for us to be able to serve the world, not just the United States, but to serve the world as well as we serve the United States. Watch this.
So the top 3 value points that we've discussed are addressing the communication, how we're different in that, and how we articulate it, right?
Okay, you could hear that? Okay, you can see this is the original video. Now watch this. Here we go. I want you to look at her mouth. Okay, this is very important. And you're an expert in this, so everybody, watch this.
Donc, les 3 principaux points de valeur que nous avons discutés concernent la communication. Comment nous sommes différents à cet égard et comment nous l'articulons, n'est-ce pas? La deuxième chose est d'expliquer ce que nous montrons et partageons avec leurs clients.
Unbelievable. Oh my God. Wow.
Now watch this. I'm going to blow your mind a little further because I think this is my favorite mind-blowing experience. Here she is in Arabic.
لذا فإن النقاط الثلاثة الرئيسية التي ناقشناها هي معالجة التواصل وكيف نختلف في ذلك وكيف نعبر عنه. الشيء الثاني.
I can't believe this, Alex. I just can't believe this. I mean, I can only imagine the applications of something like that. It's unbelievable.
That's the way we touch the world. Every voiceover we've ever seen and done, it feels so disconnected. It's like you're trying to do this for me, but I'm actually having a tough time following because I'm seeing the lips and my subconscious is expecting something else to come out. And so I have to get really used to this, and it's never actually comfortable. I just get used to it. We all get.
You can see it's fake and AI. So, the one question I'm sure lots of people are going to have here, how do you start the process here? I mean, I'm seeing all this incredible technology, coaching, a new listening platform. How does it apply to me or to any business out there? And where do they have to start in order to initiate utilizing your platform?
Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking that. I think it first starts with an internal question. There's no reason to contact Fuel if the answer to this question is not really. Are you investing in the personal and professional development of your team as a strategy, as a mission, not as a, oh, well, we got to offer them this. No. I'm talking about, are you investing in your people's personal and professional, in their well-being and their professional? If the answer is yes, then we're going to be an incredible partner for you, because all we do is support that in a multi-dimensional approach. Fuel sits on 4 pillars: self-mastery, life mastery, leadership mastery, sales mastery. 4 pillars. Sales does not always mean I need to sell a product for a higher dollar amount. Sometimes sales means mindset and delivering a message that you want people to hear. That could be a mother with her kids. That could be a father with his sons. That could be you're in a group of friends and you need to convince them that you want to go to this restaurant to eat and not that restaurant to eat. How will you communicate that? That too is part of sales, which is just good communication. And so all of us in a sense are in sales. So it's multidimensional. It's full spectrum micro learning, meaning every lesson is just minutes. Okay. And so if you have the desire to have a team that feels supported and heard and is growing personally and professionally, then the easiest thing to do is go schedule a demo. and see it for yourself. Go to the myfuel.io and sign up. And you will hear from somebody on the team and we'll walk you through the process. And you'll find that it's designed to be as easy to use as Netflix. So onboarding a team of 10 or 10,000 takes the exact same amount of time. Same amount of time, because it's just turning on the experience. No one has to teach anyone how to use Netflix. You kind of know.
Right.
Just like I never taught you how to use Fuel. I just sent you the app and you jumped in, you start taking courses, and there's your experience. And then the question becomes, do you want to use Fuel as a autonomous platform where everyone goes in and chooses their courses and personally, professionally develops, and leaders get to see the transparency of what people are watching and what's important to them, and get to hear from an algorithm that says, hey, Alex is doing this and doing this. I recommend you talk to him about this because this is the trajectory. Like, the system will do that. But you can use this and completely let everyone do things on their own, or depending on your choice, you can use this as a way to professionally build performance in your team, meaning arm your leaders with this resource and say, look, this is a gym, and we're going to help everyone in the company that wants to improve their personal and professional skills use this gym. Right. A good coach is not the equipment. A good coach knows how to use the equipment, right? And can guide you how to use the equipment. So how can you use a time management course, a meditation course, a critical thinking course, and a social media course to build an individual on your team? Yeah, you can. That's equipment. It's tools. It's how do you guide them to those tools and keep them account, right? Yeah. And so it's as simple as signing up or getting a demo, and then figuring out how you want to utilize it. And our team of concierges will walk you through the process. We will guide you on the best use.
I love it. So I think it's wonderful. It's really easy. It's a great tool for human resources departments. Also, one thing I'd like you to speak about, because a lesson or a course is as good as its coach.
Yes.
You have incredible coaches, on your platform. Can you talk about this a little bit?
So good, yes. So our instructors, first, I think it's important to understand how and why these instructors joined. The number one criteria for Fuel was a giver's heart, a group of people that have wisdom to share and they enjoy sharing it. That's part of their gift, is they want to share it. That's number one. Number two, proven content. It's great that you want to share things, but if your content isn't proven, then maybe right now isn't the time for Fuel, because we want people to be able to implement this knowing that it's already working for many others. So those are the two criteria to join. Let's just call it almost 70 instructors. These nearly 70 instructors have written over 300 books, have done over 45,000 keynotes, have served over 250 million people, and have literally, in one way or another, served every Fortune 500 company in some capacity over the last 30 years. They've touched every single one of them. It's remarkable. So thank you for bringing that up. That is the type of talent that is here. And there's something important about the model. Anyone that's on the platform, very soon, you will be literally able to engage with these instructors for your personal needs. If you like their courses and you want to hire them to do a leadership immersive, if you want them to speak to your sales team, if you want them to speak to your customer team, if you're looking for some mindset, there's a great one coming out soon about generational differences in the workforce, because we have 5 generations in the workforce. She has a great program on that, and you want her for some personal needs, a click away. Some of these people seem unreachable, right? 5 New York Times bestsellers, they're hanging out with the biggest athletes, and it's like, I can't ever contact that person. With Fuel, you can now. Now they're at your arm's length.
And that's what I love, because not only it's simple, it's small bites of information that you can swallow at your own pace, do it whenever you want, but it's that quality of teaching. And this is what I always struggled with, I would say always, most of the time, is I did not find that level of quality that I was looking for. You have that. And that I see as such a huge value, such a big differentiator from anything else I've seen out there.
Thank you. And I'll give you a great example for everyone that's listening, for you and for everyone that's listening. So great content doesn't just exist in the United States. So we're speaking from somebody from Algeria, somebody like yourself, right? And this gentleman that we're speaking to from Algeria is like, yeah, I could record the course in English. And we're like, no. That's not your native passion tongue. Record it in Arabic. We will let the system do what it does. But you will speak more passionate. You won't, because when he speaks English, you can hear him go, and you say it like this, right? And so there's like this good 3-4 seconds of finding the word, putting it into and I said, if you're speaking your native tongue, your passion will come out. And you should have seen his eyes. I don't think anyone's ever said this to him. I think everyone has always said, yes, do it in English. To hear someone say to him, no, your native tongue is what we're looking for, he got emotional. He's like, really? Like, yes, because your native people want to hear it from you this way, not we will translate. Let us figure that out. And so the reason I bring this up for everyone to hear is as we go around the world, and as we go into other countries, and as we discover amazing talent where people have this wisdom to share, they're going to be able to share it in their own native tongue rather than trying to make it fit the Western culture. No, right. Yeah. Do it the way that you see it and let us learn from you.
That's so powerful. And we are in a global economy, and that's going to become more and more emphasized. I really believe so. And those companies that are able to adapt to that new, it's not a new, it's a global environment that's always been there, but that has had lots of limits over the years. That's changing. And you're giving an example of how that is changing. Thanks to AI, thanks to people that have the vision that you have, and that can bring it all together.
Yeah, it's I don't know about you, Catherine, but I'm intrigued and curious about what the future holds. I think we're in a really, really interesting time in our life. I'm noticing more and more people caring for themselves, like self-care, which you know what happens? When you give yourself care, that care reflects onto others. Because you can never love someone more than you love yourself. And if you love yourself very little, that's what happens outside of you. And so self-care is starting to be a very big impact on the rest of the world, just because people care about themselves.
It's so true. And you have to also have the right mindset. And we need people like you to that. You need coaches. We do need coaches. When you are isolated, it's really hard to change your mindset, to see the light when you are submerged in darkness, because it happens a lot nowadays. So I think that's really important to point out and to mention. So on that point, Alex, if you had one advice to give to my audience out there, to entrepreneurs or to people who are struggling, or to people that have somehow lost a sense of purpose in this life, what is it that you would tell them?
Wow, that's a really, really incredible question, and a big question, because if someone has lost their sense of purpose, their only way back is to use their guidance system. And their guidance system is their body. Your body will tell you how you feel. You feel, then you think, in that order. And you can do the research. Alex is not making this up. That's just a fact. You feel, then think. And if you've lost your drive, if you've lost your passion for whatever it is you're in, there's something that can reignite that flame for you, as long as you're listening to yourself and not trying to satisfy somebody else. Meaning, you're not staying in this role because you don't want to disappoint your wife or husband for quitting. You are staying in this role because you don't want to disappoint your boss, right? I have to stay here for that reason. I mean, I can't leave. You know what's going to happen to the company if I leave? If you're a writer and you have writer's block and you're stuck, okay? That is another, like, I've lost my drive. There's something within you that will show you the direction, and that's going to happen when your heart flutters rather than your stomach turns. And so, to get back to that place, you just have to skim. It's going to be an interesting analogy. You got to skim your emotions. Oh, that one felt good. What made me, I was thinking about writing a children's book, but I'm a horror writer. But man, I get excited. That's probably the direction for you. And when you stop doing it for everyone else, and we just talked about self-care, when you stop doing it for everyone else and start doing it for yourself, you're going to feel good. It's going to feel good. Now, here's something important too. If we're just thinking about feeling good, this exercise is great. If you're looking to discover your passion for something, this exercise is great. If you're looking to find the thing to make you lots of money, and you are only going to do the thing that you love, this is where I encourage you to maybe stop for a second and discover what you're good at, not just what you love, okay? So if you've lost your way, use your guidance system. It feels good, move in that direction. Follow the thing that feels good in your path of the thing that you want to do for your career. But if you're looking for a career to make you lots of money and you're only going to focus on the thing that you love to do, I may discourage you from that, because the thing that you may love to do may not earn you any money. The thing that you're really good at, you will fall in love with. Trust me. Find the thing you're really good at. And then you'll fall in love with it. And then you're going to do the thing that you also love and you're good at. So that would be my 2 thoughts.
So powerful. Oh my God, Alex, it's just incredible that you just communicated something. It gave me chills. And you're right. You have to listen to your guts and your heart, what excites you, what makes you feel alive. And some people, they just don't know where to start. You just gave them a very clear roadmap as to where to start that process. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if I could just maybe put some walls around this too. Sometimes the thing that excites you, your ego will say, but that's not good enough for you. Careful for that. It will come up like, oh, but no, not me, not for me. Careful. That's probably the best thing for you to do right there. When you feel it and then you doubt yourself, it's like, that's the breakthrough. You got to break through that doubt, and it's going to hurt a little bit. You'll be like, and I recommend for everyone on the platform, Beyond Doubt by John Murphy will unlock that exact thing for you. It will just unlock it. It's a beautiful course. And so when you feel it and you have that little friend of yours say, that's for others. Push back.
That's true. There's one thing that I also learned is you have to pay attention to what scares you the most. For me, I was always scared of public speaking, but I always dreamt of public speaking. And when I started doing public speaking, I felt alive in ways I never felt alive before. It was incredible. So pay attention to what scares you the most, because very often this is your purpose.
Yes. And everybody write this down. Everyone write this down. This is a big one. Everybody write down, don't believe everything you think.
So true. So true. Yeah.
Don't believe everything you think. And you will go a long way with that, because your own ego may want to convince you otherwise. And that thing that scares you is the breakthrough.
That's so true.
It is literally the breakthrough. Yeah.
It is so true. Wow, I think you just gave some incredible insight and direction and hope here. And you are an example of that, Alex. You're just the example of anything is possible.
Yes, I believe in that magic.
Great. Wonderful, Alex. So if people want to get hold of you, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, so I think find Alex Kutsishin on the LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me in all those places. You can find myfuel.io. That's the best way to get in touch with the company. And we're all over right now. If you start to look around, we're really making a big push into the market so that people can recognize this as a household name. So, but the website and the social media presence is probably the best way, and just look for Fueling.
Wonderful. And everyone here on the channel, share Alex's messages on your platform. It helps when you communicate what we are posting here on my channel. It spreads out the whole capacity of the message, which is a message I think that everyone should hear. It's a very important message. A lot of people are challenged right now. A lot of people are scared. They don't believe in the future. They think they are limited in what they can do, when in fact, anything is open. When you start changing your perspective on life, you realize that you can see suddenly avenues that you had never thought of, where you have a place. So that's really important to change your perspective, to think a little bit differently, and to open yourself up to new things. Don't be scared. Suddenly look at that, all these hearts coming up. That is funny.
It's so beautiful what you just said. I think it's just such a powerful message for people to hear, and I think the platform that you've built and able to share things like this is really important. I think we're seeing micro content arise, and people finding their niche communities and areas that support their personal development, right? We are now unapologetically choosing the things that we like for ourselves, and we don't need to give anyone a reason why. And I think you're yet another channel that says, hey, this is the kind of things you're going to hear from me in my network. And if you like that, subscribe to this and keep checking in, and your life can transform. I love that we're seeing all these megaphones start to arise from people like you. So congratulations.
I think it's the way now to spread positive vibes, real authentic information.
Yes. Yeah. With no agenda. You're not like, well, when we're done here, this needs to happen. No, you're doing this for you because you love it.
That's exactly what it is. And I really believe that I have the responsibility to do something, to spread positive vibes, to give hope again, because a lot of people have lost hope. So I feel responsible for this. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I know you are doing what you're doing. You have that passion in you. It's real, it's genuine, and it shows.
Yes. Well, and that's why you got those hearts earlier, because it's exactly that. And you're getting it again.
There we go. We are back. All right, great. Thank you so much, Alex. It was wonderful. Thank you for sharing your message. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Like the messages that we post, share them with your network, subscribe to our channel. It will help everyone around here. Thanks again,
Yes.
everyone, and we will see you next time.